Good morning. Hello, everyone. Here we are again in the book of Isaiah. Let's just get going. It's a long one. Today's All Saints Day. Yes, happy All Saints Day. We are in the book of Isaiah 10. Woe to those who enact unjust decrees, who compose oppressive legislation to deny justice to the weak, and to cheat the humblest of my people of fair judgment, to make widows their prey, and to rob the orphan. What will you do on the day of punishment, when disaster comes from far away? To whom will you run for help, and where will you leave your riches? To avoid squatting among the captives or falling among the slain. After all this, his anger is not spent. No, his hand is still raised. Okay, let's keep going. Against the king of Assyria. Woe to Assyria, rod of my anger. Rod of my anger. The club in their hands is my fury. I was sending him against the godless nation, commissioning him against the people who enraged me, to pillage and plunder at will, and trample on them like the mud in the streets. Is this God speaking again? This is supposedly God's way of doing things? Well, then we're right along with God, aren't we? Still to this day. But this was not his intention, nor did his heart plan it so, for he dreamed of putting an end to them, of liquidating nations without number. Okay, wait a second. Of putting an end to them? Well, what does that mean? Oh, God didn't intend to do that. That was not in his plan. For he dreamed of putting an end to them. Well, then, no, then it was his plan, wasn't it? Okay, I'm just saying. Does this make sense to anybody? Really? Well, explain it to me. For he thought, are not my officers all kings? Are they? Is not Calno like Carchemish? Hamath like Arpad, Samaria like Damascus. As my hand has found the kingdoms of the false gods, where there were more images than in Jerusalem and Samaria. As I have treated Samaria and her false gods, shall I not treat Jerusalem and her statues too? Okay. Now, again, obviously this is not coming from our Heavenly Parent. It just doesn't, okay? Anybody should know that. All right. And here's my reasoning for that. Well, didn't God establish his own people? Well, then why worry about the others? Oh, they're attacking. Okay. Just saying. God's not going to worry about them. He's going to worry about his own children. Okay. We're all God's children, all over the world, to start with. It was then that way, it's now that way, and it will be like that in the future, regardless. Yes? Okay. So, but again, why would God be so worried about, or, say, go and see, oh, you guys have, how many statues you got up that are not about me? Really? God would do that? I don't think that was the plan. God has a will and an ideal for mankind. That's what he's striving for. Yet again, where are Isaiah's eyes looking? In all the wrong directions. Yes? That's kind of what I'm getting from this. So again, I'm doing this for the reputation of God. And this is Isaiah's idea. This is Isaiah's will, on how it probably could be, should be a dream of his. Just eliminate everyone that's in the way. You can have the best intentions, right? Make the best plans. And yet, you're the only one who will follow that plan. Oh, maybe a few others. But then there will always be someone going, well, no, you're going to have to explain this more. And why should I follow that? And why should I be a part of that? Right? Yes? That's kind of how it works, doesn't it? Yeah. Something that makes perfect sense to me makes absolute no sense to someone else. Why not? We're all just kind of different that way. There's something called spiritual growth. We're going to get into that when we start reading the Divine Principle. Very interesting. All right. Let's keep going. When the Lord has completed, probably in about 2 or 3 years, when the Lord has completed all his work on Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, he will punish the fruit of the king of Assyria's boastful heart and the insolence of his haughty looks. For he thinks, by the strength of my own arm I have done this, and by my own wisdom, how intelligent I have been. I have abolished the frontiers between peoples. I have plundered their treasures like a hero. I have subjugated their inhabitants. Well, didn't David kind of think the same way? Just saying, go back and read up on it. And some of the other kings of Israel. Nothing different, again. They're all kind of out for their own self, aren't they? I'm just saying. So again, why point the finger when the finger's going to point right back at you? My hand has found, as though a bird's nest, the riches of the peoples, like someone collecting deserted eggs. I have collected the whole world, while no one has fluttered a wing or opened a beak to squawk. Does the axe claim more credit than the man who wields it, or the saw more strength than the man who handles it? As though a staff controlled those who raise it, or the club could raise what is not made of wood. That is why Yahweh Sabaoth is going to inflict leanness on his stout men, and beneath his glory kindle a fever burning like a fire. The light of Israel will become a fire, and its Holy One a flame, burning and devouring. His thorn bushes and brambles in a day. He will consume his luxuriant forest and productive ground. He will ravage body and soul. It will be like a consumptive wasting away, and what remain of the trees of his forest will be so few that a child could write their number. So flamboyant with the words, this and that. I'm stumbling over it, right? Okay, how do I put this in the right context? Intelligence, obviously, when it came to using words already at that time, did they have that type of vocabulary at that time? I guess it's in here. Translated. It's probably even more flowery and more, right? So, in the actual text, I'm assuming this wasn't just stuff added on, right? Yes? Okay. So the wording and the way that the vocabulary was used here speaks of a very intelligent present here, right? Yes? But that's it. When one has the language, where does one want to go with it? That's just the physical part here. Yes, the understanding has got to go with it as well. I don't hear Isaiah understanding God's will and ideal. He's just kind of throwing all this stuff out there. I don't know, would a commoner understand that at that time? I don't know. Maybe they all are as smart as I am, or would go, okay, so you used a few big words, now what? What are you actually saying? Right? Yes, I'm just saying. It's a long one, so all this nonsense in here. The little remnant. when that day comes, the remnant of Israel and the survivors of the house of Jacob will stop relying on the man who strikes them and will truly rely on Yahweh. As far as I know, the Holy One of Israel. As far as I know, Israel never really diminished. Just as during COVID times, people thought this, oh, this is population control. They did this on purpose. I do believe that that virus did escape on accident out of that laboratory in Wuhan in China. I do believe that. I'd say that makes the most sense. Yes? Yeah. How long have they had these markets in China that are probably, well, they're what they are, and people never got sick, or now suddenly in our century, civilized, this way farther advanced, now suddenly people are getting sick from a market that may or may not have had what? Bats? Bats? Do they eat bats in China? Okay. Must be very desperate people if they're eating bats. Just saying. But during that time, guess what? The population still grew all around the world. So many people died, yet it didn't make, not 1 year did it make an impact. It didn't here either. He talks about how the little remnant of Israel, there were still tons of people in Israel and Israelites. Lots and lots of them. Way more than when they started out from Egypt. Go check out the numbers. So what's he talking about here? Right? Again, it don't make sense. Making stuff up. A remnant will return, the remnant of Jacob, to the mighty God. Israel, though your people, are like the sand of the sea. Only a remnant of them will return. A destruction has been decreed, which will make justice overflow. Also, it hasn't said that they have returned yet. So this is all still wishful thinking, which will make justice overflow. For throughout the country, the Lord Yahweh Sabaoth will enforce the destruction now decreed. Okay, you know what? And I bet he was wrong. God would never, ever, never, ever, not happening. Forget that. Trust in God. That's what I do. That's why I know. That is why the Lord Yahweh Sabaoth says this. My people who live in Zion, do not be afraid of Assyria. He may strike you with the rod. He may raise the club against you on the way from Egypt. But in a very short time the retribution will come to an end, and my anger will destroy them. Yahweh Sabaoth will brandish a whip at him. You know what? This is like, again, does this fire need to be stoked? I find it not surprising that many people, Israelites, at that time said, we're done. We don't have time to plant. We don't have time to harvest. There's no food. We can't feed our children. This is ridiculous. And abdicated from, no, we don't want to be a part of that angry God anymore. We're done. We need some peace. Right? Don't most people feel like that these days? Come on now. Seriously? You know, I saw one where they, some kind of, they arrested some gangs that were doing human trafficking, and the police, there wasn't, not in this country, okay? And maybe, okay, I'm not sure anymore where it was, and they killed a whole bunch of people. And the people said, oh, there were so many people dead, this and that. There's 2 or 3 police officers, I believe, also were killed. But mainly it was these people who were trafficking children, this and that, and women. And the people are so, oh, they killed all those people. Well, you know what? If they probably would have just given up and surrendered, they'd be alive now. Right? I'm not for killing, but dear Lord, so I didn't get it. These were all criminals. criminals who abused children. And people were all, oh, that should never have happened. What do you mean? I have no doubt that the police officers, whoever was involved to arrest these people, tried every which way to have them peacefully surrender. That didn't happen. And then that happened. And the thing is, all these people out there who are, oh my gosh, these poor people all dead. Are you serious? Then there is the thing too. How does it get to the point where these gangs have such a free hand in all of these countries, including this one? Yeah. Here's a lot of drugs. How's that possible? Of course, eventually there will be a confrontation. But we have to ask ourselves, how do we even let it get to this point? Where are these children coming from? These women? That they can just be taken and abused like that? Don't they have family? What happened? Just saying. But the imbalance that is going on there, right? Yes, is weird. It's odd. Anyway, if a crime happens and it's being nipped in the bud, I know it's in the bud, right away, then a crime can't escalate to the point where then suddenly you're looking at dead people. That's one thing. Well, anyway. Oh, one could talk and talk and talk about this for hours. Still get nowhere with people. All right. For its wickedness and the wicked for their guilt, and put an end to the pride of the arrogant. Oh, wait, I went too far. Where was I? Oh, I'm completely somewhere different here. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right. But him as he struck Midian at Oreb's rock. I totally have no idea where I'm at, but I guess I've turned the page. So, will brandish his rod at the sea as he raised it on the way from Egypt. When that day comes, his burden will fall from your shoulder, and his yoke from your neck, and the yoke will be destroyed. Okay, the invasion. He has reached Ayath. He has moved on to Migron. He has left his baggage train at Michmash. They have passed through the defile. They have bivouacked at Geba. Ramah quaked. Gibeah of Saul has fled. Cry your loudest, Bath Galim. Pay attention, Laish. Answer her, Anatoth. Madmena has run away. The inhabitants of Gebim have taken over. This very day, as he holds up Nob, he will shake his fist at the mountain of the daughter of Sion, the hill of Jerusalem. So how the Lord Yahweh Sabaoth violently lops of the foliage, the ones standing highest are cut down, the proudest are laid low. The forest thickets fall beneath the axe, and the Lebanon falls to the blows of a mighty one. Okay, no idea about it. Done. Oh my gosh. Seems to me, again, that the only person here angry. Hello, my darling, where are you? Is Isaiah. He's obviously frustrated. I cannot see how anyone was this just written down for the future as a history part? I can't see how this has reached anybody at that time. Right? Yeah. So again, what's the prophecy? Not getting it. Not getting it. I do know that if we keep trying our best, First and foremost, of course, in our own families, right? Yes? Oh, right there. Same thing. Can't expect others to do well and better and follow all the rules, this and that, if within our own families that's not happening. What kind of a hypocrisy is that? Yes? So, this was a long one. I feel like my mouth is all dry. Oh, I'll have some coffee here. All Saints Day. It's going to be a good day today. I'm going to take my boy for a walk this morning. I'm going to give it a try. Yes, my daughter has trained him to walk really, really well, really nicely, when one takes him for a walk. So I'm going to try today. Yes, I need to get this boy out a little bit more. So, been working towards that myself. So, yes, must do that today. I don't know. Is there something I forgot to say? Seems like somebody's poking me in the back about something. No, I can't think. Can't think of anything else. I mean, there's a lot going on out there, obviously. It seems like. Yes, it seems like there's a lot going on. I just saw a good one. Oh, yeah. Maybe I should mention it. I had this. Oh, beware with your thoughts. Yeah. I've learned that early on too. But I had this thought. I just wanted this one group to disappear. They were so the posts were so negative. Had to do with our, yes, beloved Mother of Peace, True Mother, Holy Mother Han, and even True Father. They just tore down true parents. Oh no! They were all pretending to kind of be on True Father's side, but really when it came down to it, it was just a tear down of both of them. And with Father, it was like in this just really hidden, disgusting way on how they just destroyed True Father's reputation and integrity with all this nonsense about all these women, this and that. It's just, yeah. Well, anyway. So I went this morning to see, and what I would do is I would go in, because they used to be brothers and sisters in faith. Suddenly they just started looking in all the wrong directions. Oh, like Isaiah. The world became one where violence was the answer. Guns are the answers. Having a crown on your head is the answer, rather than following God's will and ideal, and continue to complete the path of restoration within their own families. I went in, so I would go and try to just say, hey, just stop being so mean, hateful towards an old woman to begin with. How do you treat your elders? And again, True Mother didn't do anything wrong. She did nothing wrong. There's no proof of anything. 3 years of investigating, haven't found anything. Come on now, please. And the group's gone. A couple days ago, I had this. I think I should report this group. This is just not right. This is such slander against true parents. both of them, father and mother. It's just such slander and gossip. Hateful behavior. And thought about reporting the group. I thought about it, I didn't. But I thought about reporting the group. So the group would have to close down. Done. The one thing that really got me was in the way that they portrayed, or one person portrayed. I was like, where did he get that? And it ended up being two people. Yes, one picked up the post from the other one and kind of ran with it. On how our African members were so downplayed, as if they were dumb and stupid, as if they couldn't read. Well, they're new members. Many of them are not new members. I remember 40 years ago on how members from Africa were matched to Americans. Anyway, so no, it's not a new. They're not. A lot of them are not new members. And to depict them as if they're, as I said, dumb and don't know was so I saw that and I'm going, wait a minute, that's so wrong to do that, just wrong. If he was so concerned, or both of them were so concerned, why not hook up with one of the pastors there and say, hey, you need to know this or that? But to do it in a group like that and slander and gossip about our African members like that really, really went against my grain. Anyway, and that's when I had the thought, this group needs to be closed down. This is not right anymore. 2 days later, I can't find the group. It's gone. It is gone. There's not a trace left of it on Facebook. Hey, I say God works in mysterious ways. The amount of outpour and prayer and cry for the release of our dearest beloved true mother is amazing. The amount of people who were able to travel to Korea to support true mother, true parents, is amazing. All around the world, and how the people are just praying, hoping for her release. Yes, there's more going on there. But we'll leave that to the South Korean government or their judges, their justice system, and the people who noticed something about that special prosecutor team, investigation team. Yes, very interesting stuff. You're interested, you can Google it. There's quite a bit of it suddenly come out, but that one guy. Yeah. Again, God works in mysterious ways. So, 40th day, All Saints Day, 40th day, I believe it's today, or 41st day, 41st day that True Mother is in detention. She needs to come out of there. The report was that she was doing well, that she's energized by all of us as well. And yes. That's what God does. God stands by our side. That's what Heavenly Parent is able to do. Stand by our side. Hold us up. Give us the energy and spiritual strength to keep going even when things get rough. That's what Heavenly Parent does. That's the amazing thing. That's where we feel the love. And that is why we stay true to our Heavenly Parent. Yes? Well, all right. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, and embrace you with love. Eldridge, my dearest brother in faith. I hope you're doing well. Haven't heard from you in a while, but it's all good. And let's keep praying, and I will talk to you all another time.